Hi, I'm Jess, and I'm an alcoholic, and I'm codependent. I work a 12-step program, and I seek health. I am a seeker and a traveler in my journey. So, someone asked me to hang out, and I had plans. I had an idea for how I wanted my day to go. And it was tempting to change my entire day to please that person because they wanted to hang out. And part of me does want to hang out, and normally I would say yes. And I'm trying to not be a people pleaser as much anymore. If anything, I'm becoming more of a people displeaser. And so this person asked me to hang out, and I was struggling with saying no. And, I struggle with saying no. I'm better at saying no now. But I struggle with saying no and then not explaining myself after. I have a tendency to say no and then continue on to explain and justify why my no is good enough. And if I just have a good enough excuse why I said no, then I can feel better that I can't please them. And the thing that I have to work on in my recovery, this deep work, is that I need to say no, period, and that I don't have to explain my no. I don't have to say anything else but no. And I'm not being mean. I'm just taking care of me. And that's my only job. So my recovery I'm really focused on learning how to just take care of me, not being over responsible for everybody else, not caretaking. I'm just me. I'm not everyone else. Like, I have to really stay within who I am and in control of that. And so I have to practice that in all my affairs. Like, I have to practice that with all my transactions, not just the easy ones, but especially with the hard ones. And so, especially when, I'm getting the sad puppy eyes, or, the other person's guilting me, like saying no, and then they look, and then letting them have their reaction is really hard for me. I always want to jump in and take care of them at the same time. But if I jump in for them, I leave me. So I can't take care of them and me at the same time. So if I take care of them, I don't take care of me. And it's really hard for me to wrap that around my brain. And I try to do that. And so it just takes, today I had said no. I said no, and okay. And still, I probably shouldn't even have said okay, because it's almost like I'm asking them, is that okay with you? And I'm giving my control away. I'm giving permission for them to have a say over what's okay for me or not. And I need to be the person that decides what's okay for me or not. And so this person looked upset and sad, and part of me was feeling sad for them, but that's their sadness. That's their feelings. I'm not in charge of their feelings. I can't control their feelings, and they are going to have their feelings. I need to be okay with them having their feelings. And so I just had said a nice no, and me working my recovery means I don't say any more than that. I don't say anything more than that. I have to practice not explaining myself. And so, I back away. And, even after that, I still want to text and explain, because it's a bad habit. It's a compulsion. Like, I want to just keep taking care of everybody. And I can't do that anymore. I have to just take care of me. So I'm letting that go. And, it's uncomfortable. I don't like it. But I literally was willing to completely change my whole day just to make that person happy. And I definitely was going to do that because I had a whole self-care day set up. Like, I had me time waiting. I didn't have any kids. I am on my own schedule. Like, and I was just, I could just come over and, completely do what they want to do. But I would have to give up everything I wanted to do. And I'm trying to work on living a life that honors and protects what I want to do. And that has to be a first priority. So anything else has to come around or after that. Like I need to do the things I wanted to do first. And, when I have that time and space for me, I'm a better me. And this was, today was my time for me. And it was really hard to keep moving towards that goal for me today. I'm going to go home and have a nice, meal and then have some downtime, and I'm really tired, and coffee, and the trap that I would get in before would be like, well, what are you doing? What does it matter? You have nothing else to do. And I would get caught up in that, I would want to pick up the rope and then have that conversation and have to justify my right to have me time. And so it doesn't matter that I have nothing. I'm allowed to have nothing and say no and walk away. And that's what I work on is sticking up for me and getting my own, needs, wants, recovery first, and taking care of myself. And I did have to get on the phone. I did feel guilty, and then I was feeling greedy because I was like, oh, I'm having all of this time for me today. Like, how selfish am I? The negative tape started playing. You can give up time. You don't deserve all this. This isn't, you don't have anything today. So I was just I was starting to listen to that tape, and I was going to cross it all off. And I said no and walked away anyway, but it was really hard to do. And, that comes from me not feeling even worthy enough to have that time off and say no just for me. I'm working on that, my value for myself and my worthiness. And I have to do the actions that support that worthiness, right? And that lifts me. And I am growing upward as a person because I'm making all of these little steps that help support my worth. And I am the person to support my worth. No one else is going to give me my time off but me. No one else. And it's my responsibility. So that was it's really hard to say no. And when someone else wants to have a conversation about it and negotiate, I don't have to pick up that rope either. I just let the rope fall to the ground. I don't pick it up. I don't say nothing. I just repeat myself in a nice way. Sorry, no, or I gotta quietly back away. And today was more difficult than usual, but sometimes it's a lot easier. It depends on the person too. So that's my bit on no. And another thing with the whole caretaking thing is, in this program, I really practice, not doing things for people when they don't ask for help, and keeping it about myself, keeping my shares about myself, using I, not doing crosstalk, not commenting on other people's stuff, and trying not to pay attention to it. I'm trying to stay in my own lane. And I needed a whole program just for that. So I'm practicing staying in my own lane, and caretaking. Was one of the things I've always struggled with. And I see it now, and I'm aware of it now. And, one thing that teaches me this stuff, I've seen it in the rooms, is there's this issue. There's the tissue, the Kleenex box sits in the middle of the room. And the Kleenex box is a perfect example of how I should not caretake. So when that Kleenex box sits there, it's up to me to choose the Kleenex if I need it for my feeling. It's not up to anyone else to give me that Kleenex for my feeling. And what can happen is people offer it and they do it, and that kind of goes against the whole idea of practicing how to just take care of yourself instead of other people. Because when I start taking care of you, I leave me. I abandon me. I don't take care of me. And so if I'm offering that Kleenex, I'm taking that opportunity for you to take care of you. And then I'm also leaving you as well. So it's almost like a lose-lose situation. And, it's just a bad habit. But like all of these deep character defects and deep character behaviors that are so woven into my entire being, trying to stop these things is really difficult. Learning how to ask for help, ask for what I need, it's very difficult stuff. If I'm crying, just to get that myself, like that's what I have to do. I have to get that Kleenex myself. I have to practice doing that for me. And I also have to let other people do it for them. And so the issue that I had today was saying no to hanging out. I felt bad for that person for being so sad. And I wanted to say, I'm sorry, like I got all my stuff to do for me today, and I really care, and I'm sorry. I can't. And I wanted to explain that so that they would feel better, so that I could feel better. And it's a bit, it's going to be more beneficial for them to learn how to take care of them than for me to take care of them. So leaving myself for them, no one's winning here. And so it's like I have to like pull away, and it feels a bit lonely that I have to do that, but I've got my sights set on the bigger picture, that all this self-worth and all these acts and working towards that goal is going to pay off. And it is up to that person to figure out their own emotions and fill their own cup and take care of themselves. We are separate people. It's a separate thing, separate feelings. So, I felt that they were sad, but I didn't take over and control the situation. I just controlled my situation and left. So, yeah, caretaking is a strong thing. And like also just detaching from that person's emotions. That's like another thing. It's like I had to turn it off. Like I kept worrying about them after and, wanting to fix it. And are they going to be okay? Like I had to talk to my sponsor because I couldn't turn it off. I'm not the best at detaching all the time. I need help sometimes. And that's also a tool of recovery is like asking for help. So like I got to pick up my tools. Yeah, it's a tricky thing. But all of these things pay off. Like they pay off. The other day, my father wants to offer someone, this little job. And I'm like, I'm going to see this person before they see this person. And, since I had that information, my controlling issues, I wanted to get in and tell that person before my dad could tell that person and ask. And that's just me catching my behavior of being controlling and getting involved in stuff that doesn't involve me. And I think sometimes well, it'd just be easier if I just like let the person know ahead of time. Like I convinced myself that this is the better way, but I'm learning to like pull it all back, save my energy, conserve myself and stay out of stuff that doesn't involve me. Because when I'm involved in stuff that doesn't involve me, I just spend my energy. I'm in my control and I'm away from myself. And like every time that I am focused on you and taking care of you and getting involved in something that's not me, I leave me. And when I leave me, I'm in anxiety and I'm not strong anymore because I've left my post. So it's like becoming really important to me to not leave my post. And the more I am in union with myself and, honoring every single thing that comes near me and through me, I stay stronger, healthier, and happier. And, recovery, I just keep doing recovery and just keep trying and moving forward. And this is a daily thing, a daily practice. And I try to do it in all my affairs. And, it's just always there trying to pull me back. Like my codependency is always trying to pull me back to being codependent. And I'm trying to be living recovered from codependency, like moving away from codependency and in recovery. That's where I'm trying to be. And, being in touch with my feelings has been a huge thing that's helped me stay centered. And when I'm getting really confused about the outside and my focus starts going from in to out, I check my feelings and that usually brings me back. And then I act on which direction I should go from there. Like let the feeling come through and understand the signal and then figure out my action and act on that in a healthy way. And so, it's taken a lot. So I will just leave it at that. Thanks.